IG if he hit it already. Yeah, I'm a star like Mauritius. Running up the numbers like Aisha's. Yeah, I be sliding.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bortles' Jaguars going up against Wilson Seahawks. So let's get you up to Central Link Field in Seattle. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Wilson on first down. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Third and long, it's Bortles. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
There's Wilson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Connor Barwin is one of the most versatile outside linebackers in the league. Started his collegiate career as a tight end and basketball player. You see that athletic ability on display each and every week.
On second down, Rawls. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's fourth down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
First down carry now for Yeldon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Yeldon. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on third down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. Bortles now on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
He's got no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sheldon Day able to drop him for a loss of a couple. So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up second down. Now Bortles throwing on second down. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun on third down, Bortles. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Bortles. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Yeldon, the lone running back. Bortles to throw once more. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Morrill's going to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They come up in an offset eye. 1st down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now it's Yeldon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, we're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
So bad.
I don't know about that.
Super tough.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas rolls his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down following the run. On second down, here's Bortles. His throw incomplete. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now it's Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Rawls. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. Second.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. Rawls again. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. The play clock's running down, and he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember when playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety too. They're going to bring pressure.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Third down from the 2, fourth down lurking, but one more shot here. What do you do, Charles?
I think you run it here. Try and create some space, get your punter a little bit more room, and if you're really lucky, you get enough space to get first down. But I think right now the big thing is take care of the football, get space for your punter, and get rid of the ball.
Mr. Conservative.
Yeah, I do kind of wear that well, don't I?
Third down, Yeldon, and he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Telvin Smith in there to get him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got time. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come up in an offset eye. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Catch here, left side, Thomas. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Bortles will give to Yeldon, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Bortles to throw on second down. It's caught right side. It turns. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Bortles now on first down. Surveying the field. Hearns brings it in. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Bortles and Robinson with a big catch. 4 yards on the play, and then leads to the 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Shotgun now for Bortles. This will be caught at about the 6. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Myers able to knock it through. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Second half begins with a run by Yeldon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now Bortles throwing on second down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
2nd down following the run. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a 1st down here on 3rd down. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got it to Hearns. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Halfback sent in motion. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One of the things that I observed when Dante Fowler was coming out in the NFL draft, how hard he played the game. every time I turned on a tape, he was either rushing the passer and making a play in space against the ball downfield, or hustling from one sideline to the other. How about that play right there? Making a nice tackle, holding it to a short gain.
Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it second and short.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. Now Wilson on second down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now it's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. C.J. Prosise, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. And his kick is right through. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Second down following the incompletion. Yeldon, the lone running back. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Going for the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Bortles now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Myers able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Wilson on second down. He hits Jermaine Kearse. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On second down, here's Wilson. Out to the right here to Wilson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. On third down, Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Play clock winding down. They'll try and burn some clock with Rawls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball, and that didn't happen on that play.
So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Getting late in the 4th now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Bortles got to have this one. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jaron Reed in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Hey. 4 down.
In motion, right, Baldwin. They go again with Rawls. And he'll fight his way down right. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Nine yards to go. It's 3rd down. They come out here in the I. Now Wilson. And this play goes nowhere. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Yeldon, the lone running back. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Back to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down now after the incompletion. Back to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. He's back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. 15 yards through the air and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. There we go now. Blue 45.
To throw is Bortles. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's third down. Back to throw, Bortles. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.